it's already 2025. 2024 just seemed to fly by. But anyway, I'm so happy to be back out here with you guys this morning, and I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas. We had a great Christmas. It was a little different than what we had planned, but it was still good. And you know, our tradition of the kids exchanging gifts with each other, I will just have to tell you, they were so thoughtful this year in the gifts that they picked for each other, and everybody just had so much fun. My mother-in-law was sick, so she did not come up on Christmas like she normally does. So we extended our Christmas until Sunday. And so she came up Sunday. So the kids kind of got to have Christmas all over again when she came up. But my parents were able to come on Christmas Eve, and we enjoyed time with them. And anyway, it was really, really nice. And then New Year's Eve, we're not much of party goers. We don't go out a lot, but we always have a tradition here at our house. On New Year's Eve, we do finger foods and just have a fun night eating extremely unhealthy food. And so anyway, we had mozzarella cheese sticks and meatballs, and I think we had some fried oysters and just all kinds of stuff. And it was very, very yummy. Ended up making four things of the peanut butter candy that I told you guys about, and it was so funny, it kept disappearing at night. And we finally figured out the culprit, or he confessed, and it was my youngest twin. And anyway, he would come upstairs after we were going to bed and polish off what was left. So anyway, his siblings finally told him on the last batch, you're not allowed to have any of that. But anyway, I'm so glad they enjoy that. And we had I did not get my last Vlogmas filmed. The kids got out of school, and I had noticed my youngest daughter just wasn't feeling well most of that week. And anyway, apparently she had, what is it, Fifth's disease. It's like it's a virus. Anyway, they look like they've been smacked on both cheeks, and then there's like a rash. And anyway, so we were dealing with that, and then like cold kind of things, respiratory type things. So anyway, had some sickness in the house for Christmas, but that's okay. We still had a really good time and enjoyed it. And then yesterday was the twins' birthday, and so we celebrated with them. And they in our house, it's a tradition, for your birthday you always get to pick the meals that we have. And so they picked ribs, and gosh, it's cold out here, I gotta put my sweatshirt over my hands. They had ribs, chicken minis that were homemade. We made those, which I don't know if you're familiar with those. Chick-fil-A has for breakfast, they're called chicken minis, and it's like a little yeast roll with a little piece of chicken in the middle, and it's a little bit sweet. And we figured out, I looked it up, and it's, so in the batter you use a little bit of confectioner's sugar, and then after they come out, we just lightly sprinkle a little bit of sugar on top. And so anyway, they were delicious. We had those. Then we had, they love bloomin' onions from Outback. And so anyway, we made onion petals instead of doing, I've tried the whole bloomin' onion. I just don't have any luck with that, like doing it as a whole and dipping it and then frying it. So we just did petals, onion petals, and they love that. And then we had homemade fries. So that was, and then an ice cream cake for dessert. So that was their meal yesterday, and they were really enjoying that a lot. So that worked out well. And anyway, we've had a really busy time between Christmas and New Year's. So we farm, as you know, and we are kind of switching up our operation. Instead of having so many mama cows, we're buying stocker calves and feeding them out. And so just before Christmas, we shipped out a load of calves, and then we had to, we were giving up a lease on a farm that we leased. So we had to get all of our stuff out of there by the end of the year. So that's basically what, and I think I have ruined at least 3 outfits between Christmas and New Year's with mud. I mean, just covered in mud, because it had rained, and we were trying to move hay tarps and things, and they had mud on it, and it was a mess. But anyway, we did get it all done. And we also got Minnie moved. And so I will tell you, I have never driven a cattle trailer with any cattle on it. I've driven a cattle trailer hooked up to the truck one time. It was empty, and it was a straight shot where I was going. There was no hills, there was no curves. It was, easy. So my husband was at work, and we went, we decided we were going to try Minnie that day. And so it was just the girls, and, so it was me and my 3 daughters. We loaded up the truck one morning, got it hooked up. I can hook it up with no problem. And so anyway, where we had to take it, we had to go, it's a steep road, and it's winding and really bad curves, and I was so nervous. And so anyway, we hopped in there, and the Lord was with us. We did not meet anybody on the way up the hill. And so anyway, we got turned in, and so Minnie while we did it, instead of waiting for my husband, the lady that owns the farm, she lives right there, and she texted me and said Minnie is near the lot. And so we thought, oh, this is a good time to try to get her, because she's deaf and blind, and it's difficult to get her to maneuver around where you want her to go. And so anyway, we tried leading her through the field with feed, and Minnie was just not having it. And so my middle daughter, it was her idea. She said, what if you just back the trailer up to where she is, and let's just load her right here in the field? And I thought, well, we are never going to be able to get a blind and deaf cow on a cattle trailer in the middle of a field, but we'll try it. We're here, we might as well try it. So we went and got 2 panels, they're just pieces of metal, they're lightweight. They sort of look like a portable fence. But anyway, we just got 2 of those, while my oldest daughter, because it's her cow, just kind of inched her closer and closer to the trailer. And so anyway, when we got back with the panels, she was literally right there at the end of the trailer. And my daughter set the bucket in the trailer, and we put the panels around her. And of course, she didn't know what we were doing because she couldn't hear us or see us. And so anyway, then finally her butt kind of bumped one of them, and she figured out what was going on. But she was so good, and she cooperated perfectly. And so anyway, she took a couple turns around, trying to figure out, is there an out? And the only out she could find was to get on the trailer. And so she just walked up on the trailer, went all the way to the front. We shut the gate. We were ready to go. So anyway, I was amazed. I had no idea it was going to be that easy. And then, so going back down the hill, we actually did meet somebody. Ooh, cold. It's 30 this morning, I think. And anyway, but thankfully it was in a place where we were able to, it had a little bit of a shoulder on the road, and we could kind of pull over a little bit. I was still so nervous. We made it all the way to the other farm. We got her unloaded, and I was really nervous unloading her because she doesn't know that the trailer is ending and she has to step down, and I was afraid she was actually gonna fall. And so anyway, thankfully she did not. She kind of stumbled slightly, but she stayed on her feet when her front feet hit the ground. And then it was like she would just inch her way out until she knew she had enough space to put her back feet down. And so anyway, but she has adjusted beautifully. We have checked on her every morning, and she's doing great. She loves the few that she's with the pets, and she is used to them. She knows them. They're very kind to her. And so anyway, she seems so happy. And so we're very glad that that's done. And I know that's a very long explanation about Minnie, but Minnie she's like a part of our family, and we just like to make sure she's okay. So anyway, but I have a list here because it's been so long since we talked, and I didn't want to forget anything. But I think that's basically kind of what all we've been up to. And I would love to know in the comments below how your Christmas was, how your New Year's was. Sometimes everything is so much better than you expect, and then other times it's like, oh, this didn't go nearly as well as what I wanted. But it's okay. Next year, if it didn't go the way you wanted it to, plan different. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today, about the new year. So I know most people start their new year on January 1st and just going to make some changes, going to do things different. I am not like that. I like to take the month of January. So I've gotten Christmas behind me. Things are a little more quiet. My kids are still not back in school, so for me it's kind of more difficult to get on a schedule until they're back in school. And so anyway, I use January to plan and to think about what I want to do different in the coming year. And so that hopefully by the middle of January to towards the end of January, I've got a good idea of how I want the year to go. My plans, that doesn't always work out, but like things I want to do different, thinking back on last year, like what did I like? So what do I want to keep the same? What worked? And then what didn't work? What needs to change? What would just make things better here at home? So that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you about today. So I went out and I got my new planner. I love a new planner. And I thought this one was just beautiful with the roses and everything. And then I like to have the month at a glance, but I also like to have big spaces to write. And so anyway, this one just really suited me and I thought it was beautiful and it made me happy. And so anyway, I've got that. So I need to get that filled out for the new year. And some of the things, I guess, that I really, thinking back on last year and what I want to do different, of course, my home is a big one. Just trying to I would like to go just room by room through my home this year. And I'm not rushing, I'm not pushing, nothing like that. I'll take the whole year if I need to. But just going through and getting things the way I want them, and to get, all the clutter out and get it deep cleaned everywhere, and just really take the time to do it right. And, of course, keeping up with dishes and laundry and things like that, and things are picked up, so if someone comes by, it looks nice, but just taking the time to really go room by room and get on a schedule with cleaning, and to get things just organized. And I just feel the need to do that this year, and I really want to make that happen. So anyway, the first thing I need to do, of course, is take down my Christmas decorations. We have not taken down anything. We really enjoy the Christmas decorations. We enjoy the lights and everything. And so I'm never in a hurry to take things down. And when I do, I usually just go room by room. So it could be that, in 2 weeks, maybe I've got it all down. But anyway, we've got just some more family and friends coming in and out throughout the week. The kids do. And so anyway, I thought, well, there's no rush. We'll get it down when we get it down. But anyway, I do want to focus on the house this year. I also want to focus on me a little bit as far as exercising. I'm not talking about losing weight or anything like that. Not that I couldn't stand to lose some weight. But honestly, I just want to do it so that I feel good. I feel good about myself, that my body feels good. I've noticed as I get older, things bother me, my feet hurt, or my, my shoulder aches, or what, and I think that if I exercised, because I'll just be honest, I do not exercise. I do not exercise at all. I don't enjoy it. However, in all the time when I have exercised, the only thing that I enjoy walking, and I enjoy Pilates. And so I thought, well, those are two things that I can do. They don't cost any money. I can do Pilates here at home. I remember years ago when I did it, I actually checked out a DVD from the library. It was the first time I had been introduced to it, and I loved it. But now, with YouTube and everything, you can pull everything up on there. So anyway, I want to get back into that, because honestly, that just made me feel good. And I want to start walking again. And so, just trying to just take better care of myself, because, as we get older, that's more important, I think, just to make sure you can keep up and keep going. And so anyway, I want to do that. But I know that, you have all these great ideas, but if you don't make a plan to accomplish them, it doesn't mean anything. Like, I also want to focus on my finances this year and just being intentional with every dollar that I spend. Oh my word, Christmas, I have a certain amount that I want to spend on each child and everything. And that doesn't seem to be the problem. It's all of the other expenses at Christmas that's just crazy that you just forget about or you don't think about, or teacher gifts and not that they deserve the world, teachers do. I'm just trying to come up with examples of things that you forget about, and anyway, it's like you look at your bank account one day and it's like you've got this much, and the next day it's like just because it's just crazy how fast it can go out. And so anyway, I just really want to focus on that to make sure that I am managing what the Lord has blessed us with in a way that's pleasing to him. And so I'm excited to kind of get into that and to try to plan better for things that I know are coming. Insurance, car insurance, house insurance, all of that, just so it doesn't blindside you. You're prepared for it, that kind of thing. So I really want to focus on those things. And then I think the biggest one for me this year, just really focus on God's Word. And I told you, I've been looking for a new Bible study, and I actually found one, and I do not remember the name of it. I have not started it yet. In fact, I wanted to wait and start it after Christmas, after the new year, when things were a little calmer and I could focus better on it. But it's by Lysa TerKeurst. Hold on. Let me see. I know I ordered it, so I should be able to tell you what it is. But anyway, I want to focus on that, just on being in God's Word consistently, because I think we all need that. We just, life is hard, and I think if you don't surround yourself with that, I don't know how people get through. I really don't, because things can hit you out of nowhere, and it's like, if you don't have that relationship with the Lord, it just makes it really hard. But uninvited, living loved when you, feel less than, left out, and lonely. So uninvited is the name of it. And I try to pick ones that just speak to me at that stage in life, and that one was just one that really spoke to me. And so I'm excited to get started in that. So anyway, but what I was saying was, I feel like, if I say to you, I really want to exercise more, but I don't have a plan of what that's going to look like, then I'm not going to exercise more. And so I want to take these couple weeks till like mid-January. My kids go back, the little ones go back the 6th, the college kids go back the 14th. And so I thought, well, I'm just going to take this time to think and plan, what do I want this year to look like? And I can't control everything. Things can come at you that, your plans go out the window, and that's fine. But I feel like if we don't have some sort of a plan, then life just happens to us instead of us trying to be intentional about what we're doing. So I want to be intentional about the house. I want to be intentional about my finances. I want to be intentional about exercising. And mostly I want to be intentional about reading God's Word. And so I thought, these are the things I really want to focus on. And of course, my family. My family's always first priority in my heart. You just want to make sure they're taken care of. And we have such an exciting year. And I just cry at the drop of a hat anymore, so I'm going to try not to cry. The kids tease me all the time, but our oldest graduates from college this year. First child to graduate from college, and I'm so proud and I'm so excited. Oh, I'm gonna cry even thinking about it. But anyway, so lots of plans for that. The day she graduates, I've already talked to a friend of ours who does catering, and he's going to come here and have all the food ready when we come back and stuff. And it's just going to be our little family and the grandparents. It's not like a huge graduation party, but just thought that I could enjoy the day more if I didn't have to focus on the food. And so anyway, he lets us pick out exactly what we want. So we're doing prime rib and pulled pork barbecue and all these sides. And anyway, I'm so excited. But she got me this sweatshirt for Christmas, and it's got Sweetbriar College, which is where she's graduating from. And anyway, and that's actually where I went as well. So that's really special. But she did not pick it because that's where I graduated from. She just fell in love with it, as did I when she toured. So anyway, but so excited about that. So there's just so much to be excited for in the coming year. And I just want to make sure I am being the best me that I can be, and I'm doing the best with what God has given us in this coming year. That's my goal, just to make the most of my time with my family, my time with the Lord, and make the most of the resources and the blessings He's given us. So anyway, I hope you guys will join me. I hope you will just follow along. The first thing I'm going to do is next week, I am going to do, and I'm waiting on one thing to come, I'm going to do a bedroom reset in my master bedroom. And goodness, one of the first videos I did, one of you even commented that you had cleaned out your bedroom and gotten it like it was a sanctuary for you. And I thought, oh, that sounds so wonderful. And so that's what I want to do. I want to create like a sanctuary in there to be able to rest and relax, and anyway, just a calming space is what I'm looking for. And so anyway, for Christmas, from my parents, they always say, well, what do you want? You know, actually, technically what they do is say, get what you want and we'll pay you. And so anyway, it's more of a surprise for them when I open the presents than me, but that's okay. So I got a new comforter, new sheets, and a new shower curtain. And so anyway, I thought, you know, I'd really like to have a new mattress pad. And so I ordered one of those. So I'm waiting for that to come. So it's supposed to be here next week. So I thought that would be a good day to do that when that arrives. So anyway, be sure to stay tuned, but we've got a whole year full of fun stuff. I thought that I would try to do some cooking as we go along, show you some of the meals that we fix. And of course, I want to share with you our holidays, and then just share as we go through the house, just trying to get things right. So anyway, but thank you guys so much for last year, for being with me as we started the channel in October. And I am so excited for 2025 and just learning about each other and growing together and getting things done. And I encourage you, take a couple of weeks, really think about your life and about what you want to do different, and just make a plan for that. Make steps of how that's going to happen. Don't just say, I want to, you know, read the Bible. Make a plan for it. Carve out a time in your calendar each day that you do that. I really think that if we're not intentional about something, it just doesn't happen most of the time. And so anyway, I encourage you to do that, and just thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you guys next week. So I hope you guys have a great weekend. I am getting ready to go antiquing with my girls. The boys have these movies that they want to watch here at home, and they're not much into the antiquing. And so anyway, the girls and I are taking off today, just locally. We're not going anywhere, you know, long ways away or anything, but we wanted to hit up, which is not an antique store, but we wanted to hit up Goodwill. We love Goodwill. And then we also wanted to go to some local antique stores, some that we've been to a lot, and then some that we've never visited. So we're super excited. So anyway, looking for a good time with my girls today. But I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you next week. Bye.